done. Sometimes the hand of fate must be forced.
Sometimes the hand of fate must be forced. Just like how patch 7.2 brought us the new Broken Shore zone, patch 7.3 brings us the Argus zone. It's going to be much bigger, split across 3 zones, and you'll have a flying ship to serve as your home base. This zone is chock full of features, so in this video I thought I'd cover it in its state about a week after the PTR launch. So keep in mind as you're watching this, a lot of it is a work in progress and there's still more to be added. And note that this video will have spoilers regarding the story, so just a fair warning. So, starting with the actual zone, as I said, there will be 3 total. Currently on the PTR, we only have access to this eastern zone, and they're all fairly big. Judging from the maps, they're about the same size as any of the Broken Isles zones. But because we're on Argus, that means that you don't get any benefits that you would otherwise have if we were on the Broken Isles. This means no Flight Master Whistle, Broken Shore building buffs, and flying. That's a rather controversial rabbit hole that I won't go into in this video though. But to counter it, you will have a teleportation network that allows you to travel to the various areas throughout the zone. So, the travel won't be as fast as it can be, but it could be slower. The planet comes with a whole new campaign of story quests. Argus is now the seat of power of the Legion, and we're finally taking the fight to them, challenging high-ranking demons in Sargeras' army and finding old allies. This patch is probably one of the biggest in terms of lore and story in the game's history, with even the Titans making an appearance. It'll have one raid called Antorus, the Burning Throne. There are 9 bosses total confirmed right now, although I'm sure we're going to be getting more revealed here soon. As you can see from the list on the left hand side, you'll probably see some interesting names if you're at all familiar with the lore and the story of the game. And this raid of course holds the tier 21 armor sets. I'll have a link to all of those in the description if you'd like to preview them. And no worries to all of you dungeon runners out there, because you're also getting one new dungeon. It's called the Seat of the Triumvirate, and it'll hold 4 bosses total, and will of course be active for Mythic Plus. There's also going to be a new feature called Invasion Points. This is described as replayable content that lets you fight the Legion on multiple different worlds. The Legion likes to invade stuff, so we're apparently going to hijack their portals to some of the worlds they've been invading and defend them for rewards. And as I mentioned earlier, to help in your campaign on Argus, you'll have a giant ship to serve as your home base. It travels between Azeroth and Argus, and it's called the Lunar Whale, the Vindicar. And it has a few purposes. It allows you to teleport to various locations on Argus, and there's also something called the Netherlight crucible. Now unfortunately, this is still a work in progress, so I can't show you much of it, but this is going to be a way for you to upgrade your artifact to unlock a new way to customize your relics. That's pretty much all of the information we have right now, but it still sounds interesting. One of the things that was supposed to come with patch 7.2 were relics that had 2 traits, but they abandoned it at the last minute because it was too RNG based. So it could be possible that this is seeing a return in some form alongside this crucible mechanism. As soon as this gets updated, I'll make a video covering it, so keep an eye out for that if it piqued your interest. And the Vindicar also has some quality of life stuff. It comes complete with an innkeeper to set your hearthstone, a mailbox, repair vendor, crystal meth, and a portal to the Broken Isles Dalaran. And you can of course find a portal to the Vindicar in Dalaran too for easy travel. There's also this interactable mysterious device called the Vindicar Matrix Core. Currently this doesn't do anything, but this could be something interesting as well. Maybe it's the means for us to do those invasion points I mentioned earlier. So, lots of exciting things coming up with this zone, and once more, this is a very early preview. I'll come back to it later on down the line when things are more fleshed out. As for the release date, it's still way too early to say, but my guess right now is mid to late September. That's just comparing it to patch 7.2, which was on the PTR for about 2 months. Anyways, that's all I have to talk about. I hope you found the video interesting, like it if you liked it, and thanks for watching. Peace.